Hello, I'm Yun Sora, a student research at CRET who is studying for master degrees in chemical engineering. The topic I am going to present today is the recent progress of carbon materials for LIB. Next is the table of contents that I will present. Introduction will briefly explain what a secondary battery is and carbon-based materials used on LIB anode materials and carbon materials used as conductive additives. Finally, in the conclusion, I will explain what materials are in the spotlight as the next generation. First, let me briefly explain the history of secondary batteries. LIB were first commercialized by Sony Corporation in Japan in 1991. Since then, with the advent of LIB with improved energy density, LIB have led the market of portable devices such as mobile phones and laptops, as it is possible to reduce the size and weight of batteries. In addition, large secondary battery markets such as electric vehicles in the future require technology for high capacity and high output power of LIB. Next, the diagram of secondary batteries. A LIB is composed of a cathode, an anode, a separator, and an organic electrolyte, and uses transition metal oxide as a cathode material and carbon as an anode material. Initially, the LIB used a lithium metal as an anode materials, but as the charge and discharge are repeated, the lithium metal is dissolved and deposited due to ionization, and thus the commercialization of the battery failed. After commercialization, the secondary battery improved the battery performance by optimizing and designing an internal space of the battery, but it is now limited. As battery companies can no longer rely on existing methods, they focus on developing cathode and anode materials for high capacity and high power technology. This presentation will examine among the 4 core materials of the LIB: the conventional carbon-based anode material that enabled the commercialization of the secondary battery, and the new type of carbon materials under research and next, main body. The carbon-based anode material has a potential close to the electrode potential of the lithium metal, and the crystal structure change during the intercalation and deintercalation of the lithium ion, so it enables continuous and repeated redox reaction in the electrode. Therefore, the battery provides a foundation for high capacity and excellent life. The charge and discharge reaction at the carbon anode used in the LIB are as follows. During the charge reaction, the carbon material undergoes a reduction reaction in which lithium ions are intercalated into the carbon materials, and the compound of lithium carbon is formed. During the discharge reaction, oxidation occurs and lithium ions are deintercalated from the carbon materials. As a result, the anode stores the lithium ion during the charging process and releases the lithium ion during the discharging process. Therefore, the anode material greatly affects the basic performance characteristics of the secondary batteries, for example, capacity, power, and life characteristics. To maximize the performance of the secondary batteries, the anode active material must meet the following requirements. First, the reversible capacity for intercalation and the intercalation of the left ion must be large. Second, the structure change caused by the reaction with lithium ions is small, so it should show stable charge-discharge cycle characteristics. Third, it should be flat in area with low discharge voltage. First, the density of the anode material must be high to obtain a high electrolyte density. Fifth, the reaction reversibility with the left ion is high, so the irreversible capacity should be low. The ideal reversible reaction has a charge-discharge efficiency of 100% and there is no change in the reaction efficiency with the cycle. As illustrated on the left, carbon materials have different crystallinity, microstructure, particle shape, depending on the raw material and heat treatment process. As the storage capacity and storage mechanism of the gap, effort should be made to develop anode materials with optimal performance. Like the mind map on the left, carbon material used on anode material for LIB can be largely divided into crystalline graphite and amorphous carbon-based material. Crystalline graphite material contain left ion in the graphite layer plane by intercalation, but amorphous carbon material can store left ion on the front and back side of nanopores that meet certain conditions among pores generated by repeated carbon layers. First, I will explain the graphite system. Graphite largely consists of natural graphite that is produced and mined in nature, and artificial graphite that is manufactured by heat treating coal-based and petroleum-based pitch above 2,500 degrees. Natural graphite has a higher degree of graphitization and cheaper than artificial graphite, and show a higher storage capacity for lithium ions. However, because the particle shape has a needle shape or plate shape structure and the edge surface is exposed due to irregular structure, the edge surface is impregnated or destroyed by electrolyte penetration or decomposition when applied to a battery, resulting in a large irreversible reaction. In addition, since the plate-shaped particles are easily oriented on a plane on the current collector, reactability with electrolyte is not good and electrolyte density is low. Therefore, in the past, artificial graphite was used more than natural graphite due to the low initial charging and discharging efficiency of anode active material for LIB. However, the initial charging and discharging efficiency of natural graphite was improved to more than 90% through surface treatments such as spheroidization and pitch coating of natural graphite, increased the proportion of natural graphite with price compatibilities. This trend will continue in LIB for small electronic devices. However, by having a high capacity close to the theoretical capacity of about 365 mAh per gram, graphite, the amount of lithium entering and leaving per unit area increase and the rate characteristics are relatively degraded. Therefore, in products that require long-term life and high power characteristics, artificial graphite and amorphous graphite are mixed in certain ratio, or anode active material are used with only these products. Since artificial graphite applies high heat of 2500 degrees or more to form a crystal structure of graphite, it has more stable crystal structure than natural graphite. So the change in the crystal structure is small and the life is relatively long. In general, artificial graphite-based anode active materials have a life 2 to 3 times longer than natural graphite, so it is possible to guarantee a 10-year life of a battery. Of course, due to the cost of applying high heat and going through the graphitization process, the price is about 50% higher than that of natural graphite, so research is needed to increase the price competitiveness. 다음으로 비정질 탄소계입니다. 오른쪽 그림에서 나타낸 바와 같이 탄소 원자로 구성된 육각 망문면의 크기가 작고 젖은 성장이 잘 발달하지 못하여 무질서한 구조를 가지며 육각 망문면으로 구성된 미세 결정자들이 서로 엉켜 있거나 이런 미세 결정자들이 비정질산과 혼합되어 있는 구조를 나타냅니다. 비흡연계 탄소는 흑연화의 용이 정도에 따라 이흑연화성 탄소와 난흑연화성 탄소로 구분될 수 있습니다. 이러한 구조적 차이는 탄소 전구체의 탄화 과정 중에 일어나는 결정자 재배열 거동의 차이에서 나옵니다. 난흑연화성 탄소는 숯, 바이오매스, 콕 등을 원료로 하며 탄화 과정 중에 흑연층 평면의 저층이 크게 억제되어 있기 때문에 결정자들이 서로 엉켜 무질서하게 배열됩니다. 따라서 결정자의 크기가 매우 작으며 전구체가 구조적으로 매우 무질서하게 배열되어 2500도 이상의 고온에서 열 처리하여도 흑연 구조로 배열되지 않습니다. 한편 흑연화가 용이한 이흑연화성 탄소의 경우 탄소층 평면들이 비교적으로 평행하게 배열되어 있어 고온에서의 흑연화가 용이합니다. 흑연화성 탄소를 2500도 이상의 고온에서 열 처리하여 제조한 탄소들을 인조흑연이라고 하며 1000도 이하의 온도에서 열 처리할 경우 결정성이 낮은 구조를 가지는 저온 열처리 탄소라 합니다. 저온 열처리 탄소 재료는 결정질 흑연에 비해 400에서 600mAh/g의 높은 리튬 이온 저장 용량을 나타냅니다. 그러나 저온에서 열처리된 이흑연화성 탄소는 탄소재에 존재하는 수소의 양이 많아 리튬 이온이 삽입되는 전위에 비해 환원되는 전위가 높은 일종의 이력 특성을 보입니다. 수소와 리튬 이온 간의 반응 및 이에 기이한 이력 형상은 리튬 이온 삽입 및 탈리 시에 많은 활성화 에너지를 필요로 하며 이로 인해 반복적으로 퉁반전이 될 때 수소와 관련된 용량이 점차 감소되어 사이클 특성이 저하됩니다. 결정 구조가 안정화되어 있지 않은 이흑연화성 탄소 및 난흑연화성 탄소는 리튬 이온의 진출이 더 원활한 특성을 가지게 됩니다. 따라서 충반전 속도를 높일 수 있어 고속 충전이 요구되는 XEV에 활용되어야 할 Conductive material used only a small amount in the electrodes, but they play a very important role in improving the performance of an LED. A variety of sp2 carbon materials such as carbon black, conductive graphite, ethylene black, and carbon nanotubes have been used as conductive materials. In particular, graphene has a 2D structure compared to commercial carbon-based conductive materials with point-to-point conductive mode, so it can form a flexible conductive network through the point-to-point mode and connect active material particles more effectively with a much smaller amount. 레스트리지 연구 그룹은 아세틸렌 블랙을 도전제로 사용했던 기존의 실리콘 장갑과 달리 그래핀을 사용하면 사이클린 조건에 관계없이 전기화학 성능이 현저히 향상된다는 것을 보여주었습니다. 왼쪽 그림과 같이 도전제 양이 증가함에 따라 전극 전기저항은 도전제에 의해 형성된 전도성 경로의 퍼콜레이션 한계에 도달할 때까지 감소합니다. 또한 킴 연구그룹은 LTO 전극에서 종MB가 10을 초과하는 그래핀의 퍼콜레이션 한계가 1.81 웨이트 %임을 보여주었습니다. 입자 간의 거리 개념에 따르면 예측된 퍼콜레이션 한계는 그래핀의 경우 0.54 웨이트 %로 카본 블랙 입자의 경우보다 작았습니다. 그래핀을 도전제로 사용하는 가장 큰 장점은 기존 도전제에 비해 적은 양을 사용하여 최적 에너지 밀도가 향상된다는 것입니다. 벌크 흑연으로부터 그래핀이 방리되면 전자는 더 쉽게 움직이게 되어 다른 종류의 도전제보다 더 높은 전기전도도와 표면 이용률을 갖게 됩니다. 또한 그래핀과 다른 탄소 성분들의 혼합으로 더 효율적인 개천적 전도 네트워크를 형성할 수 있습니다. 개천적 나노 구조를 형성하기 위해 서로 다른 나노 카본 빌딩 블록을 함께 사용하면 간 요소가 잘 분산되고 다기능 전도성 네트워크가 형성될 수 있습니다. 그러나 화학적으로 확산된 그래핀의 전도성은 카본 블랙과 CNT보다 낮습니다. 이는 전기화학적 응용 분야에서 그래핀을 사용하는 데 해결해야 할 과제입니다. 따라서 도전제 적용을 위해 그래핀의 전도성은 더욱 최적화될 필요가 있습니다. 그래핀의 또 다른 문제는 리튬이온의 확산을 방해한다는 것입니다. 강 연구그룹은 상온료 10A 전지의 도전제로서 그래핀의 선등을 연구하였습니다. 상업용 도전제를 사용한 전지와 비교했을 때 1웨이트 % 그래핀과 1웨이트 % 카본 블랙만을 사용하는 전지는 느린 충만전 속도에서 높은 에너지 밀도를 보였습니다. 그러나 높은 C레이트, 즉 쌈시에서 큰 동극화를 보여주었으며 이것은 그래핀이 리튬이온 수송을 지연시킨다는 것을 암시합니다. Finally, the conclusion. As mentioned earlier, crystalline graphite and amorphous carbon material, as well as nanocarbon such as graphene and CNT, are excellent candidates for anode material for secondary batteries. However, more research and technology development are needed for the materials and technologies mentioned in the presentation to be applied to secondary batteries installed in electric vehicles. Particular application to actual battery require technology that satisfies both high energy and power density at a low production price. As a result, LIV technology using silicon-based and silicon derivative anode combined with high capacity, high voltage insertion cathode is receiving considerable attention from both academic and industry. This is expected to enable new adoption of electric vehicle and renewable energy source in the mass. With this, I'll end my presentation. Thank you.